today I want to do a Tale of Two Dragon books. We've put this one up to start with, which is A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. I'm also going to talk about Firebourne by Rosaria Munda. Now, if like me you've read things like Fourth Wing and really enjoyed them, and you're kind of starting out on a fantasy thing, you've maybe tried and enjoyed things like Baby Dragon Cafe, but you want something a bit more with a bit more teeth to it, like Fourth Wing, then you're probably expanding out and trying new things, which is what I've been doing. So I'm going to give you a story about these two books. Firebourne has a lot of YA kind of tropes in it. It's ostensibly apparently based on sort of classical literature like the Aeneid. It faces someone who's basically seen like his ruling family be killed in front of him. The society's undergone a transformation and he's survived, hidden as an orphan, and then come back into this sort of dragon riding world of the elite, and is now potentially in a position of power. At the same time, his remaining family members who've been exiled are coming back to try and fight against it and take back over. Now this is an interesting premise in a way, because you've got, is like a ruling theocracy better, which is the people who are the rebels, what they want, better than like a kind of democracy, a place where you can rise based on your merit, and no one in this is nice. It's got an interesting premise, but it doesn't really carry it out well. I made it to the end because it's quite easy to read, but it's not a great read. It sort of has a lot of ideas it doesn't carry off well, and it doesn't feel like it's written with a real love for the genre. And to be frank, like, no one in here deserves to win. So I don't know how this is going to carry on. Apparently it's a trilogy, but I'm at the end of this book and I literally think they're all awful people, and they could probably both do with losing, and something else needs to come in place. So unless that is the outcome of the trilogy, which I don't intend to read anymore to find out, this is probably one to avoid. However, I also recently read A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. This again takes a really interesting approach. So there's been some problems with dragons. They've got a chord. Some people can study things like dragon language and things like that, and most people don't really get involved with them. At some point this girl gets involved in kind of almost sparking a civil war because her family get arrested and she tries to help them. She's then drawn into kind of helping the government try to understand the language of the dragons. So it's interesting because it looks at how languages work in that kind of sense. It's got a whole rife of like a kind of corrupt political system that they're trying to kind of fight from the inside, and they're young and they don't really know how to. The characters are great in this. You really dislike the bad people. The sort of young kids are really believable. They're teenagers, but they act like teenagers. They're not, you know, they might be good at one thing, but they're not like these superhero kind of people with all these special powers. They're using what they're good at to help, and they are smart, and they do kind of work stuff out together, but they only really get somewhere by working as a team, which is kind of cool. I really liked the premise of this book. I liked how it kind of didn't go into like, oh, we're all dragon riders and we're all going to do these like war things and stuff like that, which I think a lot of things do. And it went in a different way. Yes, it's still got that premise of people trying to fight against society and things like that, but it's doing it by using kind of academics and smarts and teamwork and trying to find a deeper understanding of the dragons that they're working with. So I really, really recommend this. I think it's a great book. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot more in the series and that the author is going to write a lot more things, because this is a great start for them.